You're watching the Real Football Network, and welcome to the Vault. This week's highlighted game is the Dallas Cowboys visiting the New Orleans Saints, and we thought it'd be interesting to take a look at some data and statistics and try to determine what each defensive coordinator, Rob Marinelli for the Dallas Cowboys and Rob Ryan for the New Orleans Saints, might dial up in terms of a defensive game plan. Both clubs, the Saints and the Cowboys, have had challenges generating sacks and creating pressures on opposing quarterbacks. Might they dial up the blitz? Let's take a look at some information. As we look at this, you might think that Rob Ryan might generate a lot of blitzes, but actually year to date, the New Orleans Saints ranked 26th in the league in the number of blitzes they've actually applied. The Dallas Cowboys under Rob Marinelli are 28th in the league in the number of blitz plays. Another area that we like to look at in terms of team defensive game planning is the blitz impact percentage column. Now, the blitz impact percentage is merely an equation that considers that each time a team blitzes, do they generate a tackle for loss, a pressure, sack, or interception. And what the numbers tell us is infrequently as both teams blitz, they're also not very effective when they do blitz. As you can see, the Dallas Cowboys have only impacted their opposing team 22.7% of the time when blitzing, and the New Orleans Saints have only impacted opposing teams 30.8% of the time when blitzing. Let's also take a look at the effectiveness of Brandon Weeden and Luke McCown when playing against the blitz. As you can see, both quarterbacks have a pretty decent, actually a very good completion percentage against the blitz. Brandon Weeden at 85.7 and Luke McCown at 71.4%. We also study a category of quarterback effectiveness called pickable passes. And these are passes thrown by quarterbacks that weren't necessarily intercepted, but could have or should have been. For instance, a defensive back might have dropped a sure interception. Brandon Weeden year to date has thrown 0 pickable passes, while Luke McCown has thrown 2 pickable passes. Now, the defensive coordinators for both teams have this information at hand as they develop their game plans. We also found some information that might suggest that both teams will employ a very conservative blitz scheme going into Sunday's matchup. So far year to date, the Dallas Cowboys have thrown 90% of their pass attempts in the short to intermediate pass range. For the New Orleans Saints, they've thrown almost 73% of their total pass attempts in the short and intermediate pass range. These offensive schemes are designed to get the ball out quick and take the pressure off the quarterback and neutralize blitzes. Now, the numbers suggest again that the team should employ a conservative blitz scheme. However, I get the feeling one of these coordinators is going to change their ways and try to come after the quarterback. From the Vault, I'm John Pollard.